My boss accused me of stealing company time because I blinked too fast, and that was somehow not the dumbest thing that happened that week. I work in an open plan office, which means my productivity is measured less by results and more by how busy I look while existing near other people. My boss, Trevor, is the kind of man who believes Excel spreadsheets can feel fear and that chairs are only for the weak. He stands, always, even during meetings, even during lunch. I once saw him stand through a fire drill, so when Trevor called me into his office one Tuesday morning, I assumed I'd forgotten to CC someone or committed the unforgivable sin of using best instead of regards in an email. Instead, he folded his hands, leaned forward, and said, "I've been observing you." That was my first mistake, thinking that sentence had already peaked. "Okay," I said. "You blink," he continued. "A lot." I laughed, just a little, a courtesy laugh, the kind you do when you think someone is warming up to a joke. Trevor did not laugh. "I've timed it," he said, pulling out a notebook, a physical notebook with tabs. "You average 22 blinks per minute." I stared at him, blinking. "That's above baseline," he added. "Baseline for humans?" I asked. "For productivity," he corrected. That's when he said it. "I'm concerned you may be stealing time." I waited for the punchline. It never came. "You're telling me," I said slowly, "that blinking is time theft?" Trevor nodded. "Micro breaks add up." I tried logic. "Blinking is involuntary. So is yawning," he replied. "And I don't see you doing that." He slid a printed spreadsheet across the desk. It was titled Non-Work Ocular Activity, Preliminary. I was listed by name, with timestamps. He had been tracking my blinking for 2 weeks. According to Trevor's math, my eyelids had cost the company 11 minutes of productivity. 11 minutes. "You understand how this looks, right?" he asked. "Yes," I said. "Like a court case I'll tell my grandchildren about." He didn't appreciate that. He suggested a performance improvement strategy, which included being more intentional with eye closures and saving blinks for designated breaks. I wish I were exaggerating. He handed me a printout titled Blink Efficiency Guidelines. Bullet point number 1, combine blinks whenever possible. I left his office in a daze and immediately told my coworkers. Nobody believed me. Until Trevor sent a company-wide email. Subject line, Time Awareness Reminder. It politely reminded staff that small unconscious habits may contribute to cumulative productivity loss and encouraged us to remain visually engaged. Someone replied, all asking if breathing was still allowed. Trevor responded, "For now." From that moment on, the office became unhinged. People started staring, like aggressively. No blinking during meetings. Just 20 employees locking eyes like a cult. One coworker started wearing eye drops to reduce blink temptation. Another taped a sticky note to his monitor that said, "Don't you dare." I tried to comply. I really did. By noon, my eyes felt like 2 sandpapered grapes. At 12:17 p.m., I blinked 3 times in a row. Trevor appeared behind me instantly. "Stacking blinks?" he whispered. I snapped. I asked HR for a meeting. HR asked Trevor to explain. Trevor brought charts. He argued that blinking was non-essential movement and compared it to checking your phone. HR asked if he had medical training. He said, "I read an article once. HR asked me to blink. I blinked. HR blinked back." Trevor frowned. "See? Contagious." That's when HR ended the meeting. They told Trevor to stop monitoring bodily functions. Trevor argued. HR escalated. Corporate got involved. Apparently, Trevor had also been tracking excessive sighing and chair shifting. They put him on leadership recalibration. Trevor now works remotely. He keeps his camera off. I blink freely now, luxuriously, sometimes just for fun. Yesterday, I blinked 5 times in a row, on company time.